So welcome everybody. It's Matt Rawl with Pandio. I'm really excited that I've got Ron Donaire, the CEO of Intuizi, on with me today. Ron, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much, Matt. Yeah, we're excited to be here.
So Ron, we really appreciate if you could give us a little kind of context about who is Intuizi and kind of your role and kind of where the business is kind of in its evolution.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks. So Intuizi is a data analysis platform. We aggregate all sorts of different data together and use data science to generate insights to basically have behavior start indicating what customers are doing, both in the physical and the digital landscape. So we leverage a lot of machine learning and AI to basically enhance all these analysis and results. And we're having really good traction. We're a fairly early stage company. We have about 12 employees. We're about a year and a half old or so. And yeah, we're growing and continually evaluating what the best way of providing value to our customers is.
Awesome. And Ron, where are your employees based? Are you only in California, or where is the location?
We're globally distributed. So we have developers in Tel Aviv. We have business development happening in London in the UK. We have people in Minneapolis, Louisville, Kentucky, Chicago. So we pretty much span every time zone from Tel Aviv to California.
Wow. Okay, so fantastic. Fast growing international tech company. I love it. So as I understand it, you were originally using AWS for your distributed messaging needs. Tell me kind of what made you think to kind of look around and see what else is out there.
Yeah, well, we started doing a little bit of research on Apache Pulsar and got really, really interested in its abilities to scale, basically to hyperscale. It was really, really interesting. So that kind of led us to find different vendors. One of the things about AWS is they have a really great elaborate ecosystem, and they pretty much can solve for every single problem that's out there. However, they're not necessarily the best in every niche, and we found that for pretty much every one of their services. It's kind of like a little bit of a cart and the horse, where we've used them to prototype and to get up and running to have a general idea. But once we're up at scale, we tend to try to figure out what the most efficient way to do the actual process is. So what we really started looking at them for was different SQS notifications. We'd have a distributed proprietary cloud. So we have these distributed GPU-based infrastructure that is all over the world. So we have thousands of nodes processing data, and the orchestration of all of that is what we had relied AWS to basically mitigate. We started to notice that we needed to really figure out a different solution when we're looking at different types of queues, and just basically just to make sure that we're doing the best we could on both price, future-proofing ourselves from any particular ecosystem lock-in, and really just the anticipated growth that we have. So right now we have a relatively moderate amount of notifications going through, but as data science progresses and the amount of data that we intake is just growing exponentially, and one of the hardest things on figuring out how to do it is incorporating that data not only kind of like in batch bulk files, but actually like in real time. So as all of these billions of signals start to come into our system, how is it that you coordinate their analysis in an efficient manner? And that's what actually led us to Pandio.
All right, great. So I'm glad to segue into Pandio. So what was attractive about Pandio that made you decide to dig deeper?
Well, I like the approach of the separation between storage and compute. So we're really interested in, as I said, figuring out what the best fit for a niche process is. And one of the things that we don't want to give up, or moving off of AWS, is having something be cloud native, where we don't have to orchestrate another service on top of our own applications. And so that was like requirement number one for us. It was super easy to just jump on the website, sign up, and get up and running within, I think we're up and running like 5 minutes. So it was really one of the simpler vendor integrations that we've ever had to do. It fit right into our current workflow, and we were able to just pop AWS SQS out and pop Pandio right in. So it was really really simple. And again, we're really interested in something that was built for scale. And from what we were able to discern, it's still early on, but we were able to discern that this is probably one of the better managed Apache Pulsar services out there.
And what about on the DevOps side? Are you anticipating having to bring on, as you scale with all the, talk about billions of data points, are you worried that you're going to have to spend a lot of money on DevOps internally?
No. I mean, that's actually one of the reasons why we were attracted to Pandio was really that I didn't want to bring on a huge headcount on our side to manage this, right? So I wanted a service that kind of did everything in the cloud, everything so that we would be able to basically just worry about the software, worry about our application. So the idea was that the DevOps is not something that we are focusing on this portion of our business.
Okay, fantastic. And do you see Pandio as a long-term partner, and if so, why?
Well, going back to the AWS lock-in, one of the things that we really wanted to kind of replicate from that relationship was basically, I wanted to make sure that we had multi-tenancy, we had scaling taken care of, we had someone that we can go to that had a deep expertise about moving data around. AWS has certain levels of support that you can pay for, but it's quite difficult to be able to just kind of work hand in hand with a vendor at times with them. So that's actually one of the things that we really liked. And I think Pandio so far has been probably one of the better vendors at being able to kind of walk us through the paces. We were able to have a call with senior engineers at Pandio to help us get set up. We were able to ask our questions. They mitigated our concerns. There was even some suggestions we had for future roadmaps that they were eager to put together. And the fact that you guys were built on a hybrid cloud actually fits really well with our design philosophy. We don't want to be tied into any one service. So we don't want to be tied into AWS or Google Cloud or Azure. We want to be able to operate on all of them. And in order to be able to do that, you can't operate on any one cloud. So that's how we've designed our product to be. And it seemed like Pandio was like the perfect fit to kind of orchestrate all that together.
Well, fantastic. I really appreciate the time. Ron Donaire, CEO of Intuizi. And Ron, if folks want to go and check out kind of what you're doing, what's the best way to get in touch with you or to hear more about Intuizi?
You can go ahead and go to intuizi.com. That's intuizi.com.